Welcome back to another Times Ticking YouTube video. Today we're going to be discussing the 4-minute mile, so stick with us through this intro and we're going to have a look at some of the timekeeping involved. Racing and competitive sports have a long-running history with timekeeping. So much so that timekeeping itself is what defines most races and otherwise sporting events. As it were, Roger Bannister from England was the very first 4-minute mile in officially recorded racing history. We say officially recorded because the long sought-after title of 4-minute mile had been purported by a plethora of people since the 18th century, not long after the invention of the marine chronometer by John Harrison. Most of the evidence of these supposed feats of athleticism were based on anecdotal evidence, though. It wasn't until the late 19th century that mainstream sporting began to take this goal seriously, in precisely measured arenas of sports. The goal itself was a race all on its own, to see who could push the limits of human achievement in athletics. About 70 years after Victorian-era athletes took to the track, Roger Bannister finally broke the mold in 1954. His achievement would go on to inspire generations of runners to push the boundaries of human endurance in running, both physically and psychologically. The psychological aspect of this achievement has fundamentally changed the way people look at sports even today. In terms of specific date and location, Bannister set the record on 6th of May, 1954. His groundbreaking sprint took place at Oxford on their Iffley Road track. His official time was 3 minutes, 59 seconds, and 4/10 of a second, barely making it under the mark. There are plenty of archival recordings of the event, including commentary and interviews with Bannister, which is pretty cool, via YouTube. What the archival footage and print news didn't seem to cover much of was the precision timekeepers at the event. From start to finish, 5 men each kept a Lemania Nero stopwatch ticking to track the Oxford event. Now at the time, Lemania, the makers of the stopwatch, as well as Tissot and Omega, were 3 parts of a big Swiss watchmaking watch group. It was a timekeeping endeavor of epic precision proportions. For some perspective, Lemania would later design Omega's Speedmaster movement that went to the moon, accomplishing an astronomical level of mechanical accuracy. Having these Lemania watches at Oxford's racing event meant there were no ifs, ands, or buts about the official time of Bannister's run. Unfortunately, the advent of electronic watches killed off Lemania, and slowly. From the 70s until the early 90s, they stayed afloat until eventually being purchased by Breguet. Despite this, collectors still keep their eyes out for Lemania pieces. A few years back, in fact, an official 4-minute mile Lemania sold for £20,000 or $24,675 US at a Sotheby's auction. Alongside this sale were signed photos of participants in the event. In December of 2017, Lemania got some screen time as an era-appropriate piece in TV's The Crown. Considering the popularity of these pieces in the UK for their accurate Swiss movements, it was a neat nod to the brand that rang Bannister in. Considering the popularity of Lemania watches in the UK through the 20th century, it's a pretty appropriate nod to the piece that rang Bannister in. On a less horological note, Bannister died in March of last year at the age of 88. A small handful of runners through the 60s, 70s, 90s, and beyond have come close to or beaten Bannister's 1954 accomplishment. The current record holder is Hikam El Garouj of Morocco. Not only has he surpassed all other 4-minute milers, he holds 7 of the 9 world records for time in middle distance running. Hikam is likely being timed by atomic clocks and watches these days, which are, when they're synced up correctly, accurate down to the second every year. This is especially important to consider when it comes down to tenths of a second for a 4-minute mile. None of these later achievements in mechanical accuracy and athletic prowess could have come to fruition without benchmark moments in athletic achievement, like Roger Bannister's first under 4-minute run. Continued accuracy in timekeeping has heavily influenced sporting events. So what's your favorite sport? And what's your favorite high accuracy timepiece? Let us know in the comments below. Hello, and thanks for watching our YouTube video today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and you can find similar videos right here. For more new and interesting content from Times Ticking on our channel, please subscribe at the link here. And for more information about wristwatch repair and watch maintenance generally, you can find us at timesticking.com. Thanks so much and have a great day.